Alright, does anybody else feel like the Xbox handheld was like just announced last month or something? And I don't know, I thought they said that it was coming out in, I don't know, 2027 or 2028. Maybe it's a Mandela effect or something. I don't know, but this is actually coming out in 3 weeks from now on October 16th. Believe it or not, this was just announced. Now, anybody who thought that these massive price hikes that we have gotten on Xbox consoles would not affect the price of the Xbox handheld is going to be very disappointed. I am sorry to report that the price of this handheld is quite high, in my opinion, of course. Okay, so this all just came from an official Xbox blog post, technically yesterday, September 25th, but I think it was very late September 25th. I'm seeing a bunch of people talk about this today, the 26th. So if you remember, these two Xbox handheld consoles are going to be called the ROG, or maybe ROG. I don't know. I've still never heard somebody say it out loud. I've only seen it in writing. I'll just call it ROG. So you got the ROG Xbox Ally. That is the basic version. That's on the bottom there on that picture. And then on the top, you got the ROG Xbox Ally X. That is the beefier version with higher specs. So they announced that you can actually start to pre-order these consoles now. So it says launching globally on October 16. The Xbox Ally X and Xbox Ally offer two unique versions to match your individual play style. Pricing is set at an estimated retail price, of course, for each device. So exact prices will be announced per region as pre-orders go live. Now, before I show you the prices of both of these versions of the Xbox handheld, I just want to point out, just as a reminder for a comparison, the price of the Steam Deck. Obviously, this thing is going to get heavily compared to the Steam Deck, obviously, and for good reason. So as far as the current gen, the current lineup of the Steam Deck, there are a few different versions. Admittedly, I don't know a ton about the Steam Deck, but just when I look it up, it looks like there are 3 different versions, and it looks like the beefiest version of all of them is the Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte. Now, I'm seeing that the estimated retail price of this is $649, but I do have to say that it actually does look like right now this is somewhere toward actually $750 US. Maybe because it's low in stock or something right now, I don't know. Steam's website does actually say right now, for me anyway, that it's out of stock. But when I look on Amazon, it looks like it's priced at $755. When I look at Walmart, that is $749. So yes, $649 is the official price I'm seeing, but I'll be fair and call it $749. Now, I also want to compare it, obviously, to the Switch 2. We have to throw that in there, because that's the other really big handheld right now. But obviously, Nintendo consoles, those are kind of their own beast. I can't really think of it in the same conversation as the Xbox handheld or the Steam Deck, because you can't play any PC games or anything like that on it. You can only play Nintendo Switch games. But to throw that in there, that is $449, a bit cheaper than the Steam Deck, actually quite a lot cheaper. I don't think there really is a beefiest version of the Switch 2. I think it's all just the same version, at least right now. So yeah, keep that in mind for comparison's sake. The Switch 2 is $449, and the beefiest version of the Steam Deck is $749. Alright, so enough teasing, let's get to the Xbox handheld, the actual prices that were announced for these two versions. The beefiest version, the ROG Xbox Ally X, will be available for $999.99 US dollars. That is the estimated retail price. And the standard version will be $599. So rounding it up, that is $600 for the base version and $1,000 for the premium, the beefiest version. So it looks like the highest end version of the Xbox handheld is going to be about $250 more than the highest end version of the Steam Deck. A lot of people are definitely going to have some feelings about that. I don't know. Obviously, the huge question here is, what is it that the Xbox ROG can offer that the Steam Deck can't, that is worth forking over $250 more dollars? We got this right here also on that Xbox blog post. It does point out a few different things. One thing that really sticks out to me here, I don't know if this is new information or if this is something that we have known, but I haven't really followed much on the Xbox ROG stuff. The one thing that does stick out to me that it might do that the Steam Deck cannot is just the availability of games. It looks like you can play Xbox console games, Xbox PC games, and then you can even access leading PC storefronts. I would assume that would mean like Steam and GOG, maybe even the Epic Games Store, stuff like that. They do also emphasize the Xbox Cloud a lot with this. I don't know how that compares to the Steam Deck. I know the Steam Deck does have stuff with the cloud, but it sounds like maybe the Xbox might do a little bit better with that, but I don't know all of the details surrounding that right now. I think the big question mark also right now is specs. Like, what are the specs of this and how do they compare to the Steam Deck? And we just don't know that right now. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to clown on this pretty hard, at least right now, when it is sitting at $1,000 rounded up for the beefiest version. So anyway, here's all the countries that you can pre-order this. While I don't know if right now this is going to be worth forking over $250 more compared to a Steam Deck, I am eager to see everything that this console can maybe hopefully do even better when compared to the Steam Deck.